Hello, boys and girls. Today I'm going to be reading you a nonfiction text, and it's all about koalas. The last story that I read to you was a fictional story about a mama koala and her baby, Koala Lou. And this picture book is by Deanna Jump and Dee Dee Wills, and they are going to tell us a little bit about koalas. Now, in your writing packet for the week, if you'd like, or you can do this in your think book, you can write something that you learned about koalas. So you can draw a picture about koalas, something you learned, and you can write 1, 2, or 3 sentences. Now I'll give you dojo points. If you write 1, 2, or 3 sentences, I'll give you more dojo points the more that you write, okay? So you guys can do this if you'd like. You don't have to, because there's lots of different choices for writing this week. Okay, koalas. So this is the table of contents, and we're going to learn about what they are, koala babies, where do they live, habitat, sweet habitat, what do they eat, getting around, and at the very end there's also a glossary. Glossary is important words in the text. So who are they? Koalas look a lot like teddy bears, but they aren't bears at all. They belong to a group of mammals called marsupials. Let's say that word, marsupials. So marsupials means that they carry their babies in a little pouch. A kangaroo is also a marsupial. They're pretty adorable, aren't they? Koala babies. A baby koala is called a joey. When a joey is born, it doesn't have any hair and it can't see. And then right here, the caption underneath here says a newborn koala is the same size as a jelly bean. Oh, that's so tiny. The joey stays in its mother's pouch about 6 months. It drinks its milk. It gets bigger and it grows fur. This one says, can you see the joey peeking out of its mother's pouch? So look at that picture, and there's the little joey peeking out of its mother's pouch. It's pretty interesting that they're the size of a jelly bean when they're babies in their mother's pouch. Joeys ride on their mother's back until they are strong enough to climb and hang onto the trees on their own. So you can see a picture of the little joey, which is the baby, on the mama's back. Where do they live? Koalas live in Australia. They live in a small area of about 100 trees. This is called a territory. Let's say that word, territory. So that means kind of where they live. Male koalas have a scent patch on their chest. They rub it on trees to mark their territory. If you have a dog, a male dog, they like to mark their territory. They do it a little bit different though, don't they? Habitat, sweet habitat. Koalas spend most of their time in the trees. This is their habitat. They spend about 18 hours sleeping in the trees. So you can look and see. Aren't they cute? What do they eat? Koalas spend about 5 hours a day eating. That's a long time. They eat eucalyptus leaves from the trees that they live in. So you can see a picture of them eating. And then down here it has a fun fact. It says, koalas don't need to drink water. They get all their water they need from the eucalyptus leaves. So they live in the trees, they eat the trees, and they don't eat water. That's kind of an interesting thing. Koalas move slowly through the trees. They use their strong legs and paws to climb trees. Their claws help them grip the tree trunk. Koalas jump from tree to tree. So there they are. Kind of reminds me of sloths, but then they jump. I wonder if sloths jump too from tree to tree. I know they move really slow. So at the very end, there's always a glossary when we're reading nonfiction text, and it says mammal, which is an animal that has fur and is warm-blooded. A marsupial, that's a mammal that carries its babies in its pouch. territory, an area where a group of animals travel and live, and habitat, which is an animal's home. So if you would like to respond to this and write 1, 2, or 3 things that you learned about koalas, you can. Draw a picture, send it to me. I'll give you dojo points. It'll be awesome, and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. But I hope that you learned a little bit about koalas. You're welcome to rewind the video and pause it when you hear a fact that you like. Then you write the fact down and draw the picture. You can do it that way if you'd like. All right, you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.